To our host, Honorable Minister Tina Johansson, you are our champion. Thank you for making this happen. I respect and honor our ministers here present, senior government officials, representatives from private sector, research community, farmer organizations, the media, but most important, the women in the room, because we are the ones who make things happen. I stand here representing 3 constituencies. I am delivering this address on behalf of the Consultative Group on International Agricultural Research, the consortium of CGIAR. I'm standing here representing the Global Forum on Agricultural Research, a stakeholder forum for action, and also representing my day job, FANRPAN, which does not have an X and cannot be said in Xhosa, but it stands for Food, Agriculture, Natural Resources Policy Analysis Network. Ladies and gentlemen, in the consortium, I have the pleasure and honor of chairing one of the 15 global centers that is mandated to do research that will create a world that is free from poverty, a world that is free from hunger, a world that sustainably uses its natural resources. I chair the International Livestock Research Institute, which is one of 15 centers. I also have the opportunity of serving as a member of the Independent Science Panel of one of 15 consortium research programs. And the one that's special to my heart is CCAF's, which works on climate change, agriculture, and food security. These 2 are special to me because in my spare time, which I make sure happens once in 12 months, where I take my annual leave, I come from Zimbabwe and I go back to my rural roots where I am involved in a family farm as a livestock producer. It is there that I come face to face with the vagaries of climate change. We are wasting time because we are not responding to people who need the knowledge so that they can feed us. Our farmers are at the center of this challenge that we are facing. But as research community, we need to generate the knowledge that they need to better adapt to their agriculture to climate change. We need civil society that can make the noises that will make our politicians act on the evidence that is based on science. But most important, our women who are unfortunately breeding a generation of children who are dying before they reach the age of 2 years because the soils that they are growing their food on has been denuded of all the nutrients, and yet we continue to make them sit on those fields for 9 months in a year just to harvest food that does not carry them for more than 30 days in a year. This is criminal. It is my hope that as we meet to converge on a climate-smart agriculture alliance, we will have the face of those women who are carrying babies on their back, who are pregnant, 60% of them, who are carrying a hand hoe as the only technology that they have, the weapon that they have for cultivating the soil. And all they have is recycled seed, but using soil that has not been tested and using fertilizer whose quantities and content they do not know about in detail. But this is the tradition that they have pursued over the years. It is an honor, therefore, to have global centers like the CGIAR, who are mandated to be undertaking research that should generate the knowledge that equips these farmers with technologies that can do less harm to our environment, produce more food, but more important, create nutrition security and a world that is free from harm. I've talked about the knowledge that we need, but let me focus on the knowledge that we need that allows our policymakers to create the appropriate policy framework for building and adapting our agriculture. We need knowledge networks. The knowledge cannot be sitting in silos. The farmers, the policymakers, the researchers, the private sector, the NGO community, both international and local NGOs need this knowledge so that they can be linked in and then can join the knowledge wagon. This is where one of the constituencies that I am representing, GIFA, comes in. The Global Forum on Agriculture Research is a partnership organization. It is about networking, and it is about outcomes that can help us to converge and bring the knowledge that is generated by research to bear. It is about actions. We recognize that no one organization can achieve change alone. We are pursuing partnerships, and the objectives of the partnerships should be to help each one of us retain our identity, but at the same time work towards a common good. We are excited about the reforms that have happened within the CGIR, because this is a new opportunity for global centers to work in partnership, not only with the NAS, but also with the non-governmental organizations, with the farmer organizations on the ground. But that partnership cannot come to bear if we are not creating win-win partnerships. Every stakeholder has to have dignity, because we need each other. We cannot do this alone. The rules of the game have to bring equity, where everybody is a respected player in the game, because we are all affected by the problem. The GCAD process that GIFA helped put together is another avenue that is allowing us to move together, but this is not enough. And that is why we are excited as we launch this alliance that there is an opportunity. But let's make sure there is synergy in everything that we are doing. Let's make sure that we identify the organizations that are relevant, we identify the platforms that are relevant, but more important, we identify the messengers that can carry the message that will culminate in a global policy that has relevance at national and local level. It always baffles me that with over 50 African countries that have a vote at the UNFCCC negotiations, we have failed to get a deal for agriculture. As FANRPAN, we continue to say that if there is no agriculture work program, there is no deal for the whole world. And indeed, we are coming back from Warsaw without a deal. That is why this alliance is critical. If we cannot do it there, let's do it on our own, but with them. I need to touch on the issue of gender and social differentiation. These are issues that have to be at the forefront of our research and of our partnerships. We all know the figures about women in agriculture and how they are impacted negatively, with women failing to access knowledge just because they are women. Let's change the puzzle. Let's change the dynamics and make sure those that are feeding the world are the first to receive knowledge. We have to do this ourselves. This is our opportunity. We have seen the different initiatives that are happening, but it is my hope that over the next 3 days, we can come up with a clear roadmap that says we, and we means each and every one of us, will be committed messengers for this alliance. That means we, at every speaking opportunity, will make sure there's convergence. We will make sure there are synergies, and we'll make sure there are win-win partnerships. This will only happen if we believe and we are true to the constituencies that need our support. We need to partner, we need win-win partnerships, and this is our opportunities to make it happen. And I thank you all.
You say you did have somebody, you did talk. You say you